Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body.
What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
I had an awesome time.
All right. She had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knockem Dead Comedy for event today.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sallie on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're going to keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie. Hey,
With me in your head, because I didn't.
No, I did. I told
hear
you.
Any of this. This is all like completely new stuff. So weirdo. I feel like you need to move over more because the thing's right in your face. $10 seconds.
This is Cubs Radio. Cubs Radio.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show, coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. Thanks for joining us this morning. GovsRadio.com is the website. You can see our show there live right now. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It is Friday. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. Pardon me. Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. That is the name of the Facebook page. That's the name of the YouTube channel. We are interacting with you guys on the YouTube channel. So please comment and say hi and tell us what you got going on today. And we'll say hi back and we'll talk to you. And we look forward to talking to you. We hope to hear from you. So, yeah, that's the YouTube channel. And please hit the thumbs up on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Governor's Comedy Club Podcast. Like this one, because we're live right now. Please share it. Our apologies. We were supposed to have the Johnny Mac band in today. Johnny Mac himself has got a little COVID thing going on. How'd it come out, all right? Was it pee or poo?
That felt good.
Oh, there you go. Doesn't
Just
matter.
pee.
All right. The Johnny Mac band. Yeah, Johnny's got a little bit of a COVID thing going on. Oh. So we wish him well. And unfortunately, the band will not be here today. So you're stuck with me and Andy.
Boo. Boo.
Sorry, all you Johnny Mac fans. And
Hey. Ho, ho. Tony Walker has got to go. Hey. Where are my protest signs?
I should bring them in here and hang them up. Don Sill is watching.
Oh.
What's up, Tony Tone, the Love Bone? Don Sill, King of the Hill. Thanks for watching today. We did not have a Donversations this week with Don Sill, but it will be back next week. It's the summertime. Things are a little lax, but that's all right.
True.
So yeah, again, no Johnny Mac band today, and we couldn't get his brother Fleetwood either. Hello, Carolina.
So bad.
Carol's
good. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I just thought of it, actually.
I
It
gotta
was
be
off the cuff. You know what I did do? Once I heard that they weren't coming, I did, well.
Right.
Hello, Josh. Really surprised Andy can sit today, says Josh Goldman.
Come on, Josh. You know.
We're going to get to that.
You know me.
I did try because Adam Ferrara is playing McGuire's this weekend, so I emailed him this morning. Any chance you could do a Zoom with us at 11:30? Of course, I didn't hear back.
Right.
I didn't expect to, but I figured, what the fuck? You never know.
Jay.
Maybe he's. I didn't find out about Johnny Mac till about 8 o'clock this morning.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that's when I emailed Adam, and I thought about it. I'm like, there's no way Billy's gonna like. I guarantee he must need like a week's notice that he has to get up before 9 a.m. or something.
Well, that's going to factor into the story I have to tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, we are coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club, where tonight you will see Rich Voss. Tonight and tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Oh, kick ass.
Yeah, he's
I
fantastic.
hate that I'm going to miss that.
Me too. Actually, I'm hating that I'm missing the whole weekend. Rich Voss playing the main club here in Levittown Friday and Saturday. In the Giggle Room tonight, Terry McNeely, Joe Winchell, Jeff Bosey, Sherry Poland, and more. At the Brokerage this weekend, Chris Monty tonight and tomorrow. And tomorrow for the Late Show, Eric Tartaglione.
Oh, cool.
And then McGuire's tonight and tomorrow, Adam Ferrara. It's like, not only, I mean, I could spend the whole weekend here with that lineup.
What's amazing, and I think is incredibly cool now hearing you put it all together like this, is that everybody's from the island.
I didn't even think about that.
And that's kind of a cool kind of thing, is that island comics can carry the comedy for the whole weekend. So
that's cool. I didn't even think of that.
Although I think Voss might be a Jersey guy, but that doesn't count. He's like
he's got some kind
guy.
of Long Island connection.
Does he? Oh, okay, cool.
And then, he's not in New Jersey now, isn't he? In Brooklyn or something?
Probably. Yeah, nobody stays in Jersey.
Yeah, that's true. And they hate when you say Jersey.
Do they?
Yeah.
I have cousins who are there, and
they don't. They'll say Jersey.
Well, they'll say Jersey. I'll say Jersey.
Oh. Or you could say Ray, or I could say Jay.
Yeah, Plainfield, New Jersey is where he was born.
Right, but I believe he's in New York now with his wife. We had his wife on the show years ago. When we first started, she was great. Bonnie McFarlane. Yeah, she's funny.
Oh,
yeah, that's his
really?
wife.
That's his wife? Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. She's really funny.
We had her on the phone, and she did. She actually did put him on the phone for a second with us. But yeah, she's really funny. Loved her a lot. What was going to say something. Oh well. Well, so yeah, so that's the
Sorry.
So not only I could spend the whole weekend here, but I'm not going to be here at all because I have something to do tonight with my daughter, and then tomorrow night Knockem Dead is working in Jersey. So
take it, New Jersey. It's Jersey.
Yes. Oh, hello, Lynn. Lynn Riley, who was bringing the Johnny Mac band in with us today. Lynn, I'm going to say it again. Lynn, if next time Johnny Mac can't make it, just bring in his brother Fleetwood. That's too many times.
It worked the first time.
It worked the first time, but now it's...
so.
Yeah, now, well, I wanted Lynn to hear it.
And it's super clear now that it worked the first time.
I wanted Lynn to hear it because she was
I
bringing
hear
the
ya.
band in. Please extend our wishes to Johnny and hope he feels better.
Yeah.
And let's
no
definitely reschedule. We are so overdue to have the Johnny Mac band in here. They've been in here, I think, twice, and we had a blast. So there you go. So me and Andy today, we're going to talk about our weekend. But of course, first, we're going to talk about the big day. Kevin Epstein, I am now in New Jersey. Oh, really? This is why I can't watch your show too much.
Yeah, sorry. It's the smog, isn't it?
Well, it's good to hear from you, though, Kevin. Hope you're well. So yesterday, the big day, you walked in here. Now, we decided we are waiting until the show, so I don't know anything.
I didn't tell him anything.
Yeah, so this
I
is all going to be
stopped
real responses, real time. But I did notice when you walked in this morning, you were walking normal. You weren't walking funny.
Dude, I put worse things in my ass for worse reasons than, though I never thought of a camera, but that would have been hard back in the 80s and 90s to put a camera up there.
You should put Billy in feet first, so when his head sticks out, it looks like a tail from the beard.
Be like, you need to shave back there, my man.
Lynn says, she's going to bring the Big Mac. Oh, that works. Tonsil, his mom, Miss Mary Mac, always dressed in black.
Mac is dressed in
You
black.
guys are
Black.
whack.
Black with silver buttons, buttons, buttons. That's how my girls say it. Buttons, buttons.
Oh, really?
Real Long Island.
After the show, we'll take a ride to Nyack.
Nyack, that's where my brother, well, he's in Pearl River, but
It's
right there. Yeah. It's
Okay.
upstate.
So,
way
all right.
far upstate.
Step by step. Take
Okay,
me through your day.
colonoscopy.
How was the prep?
Okay, so the prep, that's exactly where I was going to start. So first I had to take this liquid laxative, and I got the cherry one, because I love the taste of artificial cherry until that. Because it was just like, and what Fat Jay, when I was talking to Fat Jay yesterday, he was like, it's just so fucking thick. And so I knocked that back.
Okay.
And listen, I am no stranger to faucet ass, is what I call it.
Oh.
It's where it just comes out like when you put your thumb over the garden hose.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yes.
that's I've had that.
I've had that, sure.
I've had that traveling the world. I've had that here. I've had that. I've drank myself to that. 4 days of drinking will give you faucet ass.
4 days of drinking.
Yeah. No, those were not my salad days. They were my beer days. But so I take that. It starts, and I'm laughing the entire time because I just think it's fucking hilarious. And I'm going into the bathroom, and my wife's like, "Are you okay?" Because when she did it, she had both. I did not get the endoscopy. I did not get spit roasted.
Oh. Okay.
But so she was like vomiting, coming out both ends. Like it just was bad. And so then that was the night before, the day before, right? 2 days before.
Okay. Oh, that's when you have to start?
That's started with the oral laxative. Then the next day, not until 5, I had to take this stuff, and it's I didn't know how it was pronounced, which drives me nuts. It's spelled CLENPIQ. Clenpic is how I settled on it. Turns out I'm right, but I'm like, are they trying to fucking be like all cute and be like clean pick?
Right.
Like I really hate that. I really hate that because it's just like everybody does that these days. Like they it's like new is always spelled NU.
Right. Yes.
Like shut up. But anyway, take that and it's cranberry. That's got a cranberry taste to it. It's also thick, and I knock it back, and I think I misread the instructions. I'm going to put this on me. Is that I then knocked back 5 8-ounce cup, 5 cups of water.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
To and and I'm feeling all bloated and whatever. And my daughters are trying to crack my back for me because I was uncomfortable. And I'm like, can somebody come over here and walk on my back? And they, all of a sudden, I'm like, Billy calls. And I'm like, hey, dude, because here's now the greater story. My mom just tested positive for COVID.
Oh, wow.
And she or my stepfather was supposed to come and pick me up. He had tested positive. He was just done with his round of medication and tested negative, and he was going to be good to go to pick me up.
Right.
So then now my mom, and it's like, because she's got asthma and like she's just like balance issues and all this other shit. And you're just like, all right, like you guys, look, could you dig out the DNR paperwork?
Oh my goodness.
Becca, go get the DNR paperwork for my mom, not Charlie. Tim's got that. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked. So Becca had suggested, well, why didn't you ask Billy? And I'm like, that's actually a great idea, because I was starting to think of like who of my extended friends who still live in the Port Jeff Station kind of area would be able to do it. Because my best friend, current best friend, she lives down in Charlotte.
That might be tough.
And it's like, and she feels terrible that she couldn't help. And so I'm like, yeah, Billy, that's a great idea. And then I'll be able to hang out with Billy.
Right. Have a couple of laughs.
So I sent him a text, or I called him, and but he calls me back. I answer, and I'm going into the bathroom because I'm like, I'm still clear.
Well, it's perfect. You sit there for a half hour and talk on the phone.
Well, I'm on the phone, and I'm like,
hey, Billy.
Well, it's just like no
effort.
I didn't even need to be there. It was between the laxative and the shit.
Carol Miner says she likes that term, faucet ass.
Clink.
That's too much water in the beginning.
Yes.
Clint Peak is much better than the old stuff.
Oh, okay. But I never had to do that. Good to know. Maybe I'll try the old stuff. Because I'm into this sort of self-abuse.
All right, so Billy calls.
So Billy calls, and I'm like talking to him. I'm like, yeah, I don't really. Could you do it? And he's like, absolutely. And yeah, I've been on a walk today, and I was gonna take a nap, but I'm not. I'm gonna force myself to take another walk, and then I'll sleep the night. And because he has a lot of sleep problems. And
okay.
So we're strategizing. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm feeling really nauseous right now. He goes, oh yeah, is it bad? Like.
Was he jerking off?
Yeah, probably. And so I start throwing up while I'm on the phone. And I had it on speaker at that point, and I put it.
Too bad it wasn't FaceTime.
I was like, and I just put it on the counter, and I started because I had to turn around real quick, and I'm like, I'm vomiting.
The sound effect.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, and I hit the hang up button. So the other side of that is Billy's talking to me. He's trying to get to a spot in his house where he has good reception, which is this back room that everybody uses to smoke.
Okay.
And so he just got into that room, and his mom was sitting there, and he had it on speaker.
That's fantastic.
So his mom got to hear me being like, I'm sorry. And I hung up. But she's like, wow, he sounds bad. Janice is a fucking saint, by the way.
Oh, she's the best. I've met her.
His mom is.
I love her. Yeah.
And we even, and then, so yesterday, Jay, he ended up afterwards bringing me to Fat Jay's because apparently they have a ritual. And so.
Well, I'm sorry, when did he bring you there?
Like after the colonoscopy.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, there's other intervening stuff, but Jay and I both were like, your relationship with your mom is fucking fantastic. Like, it's just, I'm like, this is what a healthy everything else, like, yes, we all have our issues and everything, but this is a beautiful relationship that both Jay and I said we're jealous of how great your relationship is. So, okay, so we work it out, and Billy's like, yeah, I'll be there. I'm like, all right, I'll take you out to breakfast after as a thank you. He's like, oh, great. So I go to the place. My wife drops me off. They go, I'm signing in, and they're like, who's going to pick you up? I go, it'll be my buddy Billy. And Billy Geyer. like, okay, do you want Billy to be briefed on like the results of the colonoscopy and everything? I'm like, oh, no, that's unnecessary.
Right.
No. Excuse me, but like everything, they ask you like 8 times. By now, I'm in the place, in the bed, naked with the cover thing on, and I go, she asks, the nurse in there asks, and I go, you know what? Yeah, could you tell him everything that... Like, how hilarious would that be? Like,
Right.
Poor Billy just like walking out.
He's got to sit there.
I'm here to pick up Andy Plutonos. Right. And then
Well, come sit down, Mr. Geyer.
Mr. Geyer, okay, so...
Right.
We went into his ass at approximately... Like, I was hoping, in my mind, I had it as this, like step-by-step, play-by-play, exactly
Here's
what
the
happened.
video.
Right, yes. Oh, God, I would have fucking loved that. And, but it turns out he walked in and goes, I'm here to pick up my boyfriend. Oh my God, it fucking killed me. But and it really wasn't that long, and everybody was really fantastic, except for the doctor was kind of like, he's older and whatever, and like he should have visited me at one point, but he didn't, so I actually had to wait. They had to take me out of my stall because it's a chop shop.
Right,
Like the in and out. Like there's none of this convalescing in there. So I actually had to sit on a chair by where all the snacks are, like the Lorna Doones and the Oreo cookies and the juice boxes.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, I was sitting there for a while, and the nurse is like, I'm so sorry. Like,
And you're feeling messed up because you were knocked out?
yeah, no, but I was still kind of high. It was great.
Yeah.
I was like, this is that. And even one of my friends who's a nurse practitioner, she had said, was it not the best fucking nap you've ever had?
Oh, being knocked out?
I'm
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
yeah, it was.
Yes.
That nap was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I mean, the anesthesia nurse was fantastic.
Yep.
I didn't get to sing Valerie, call on me.
Yeah, what's that from?
That's Steve Winwood.
No, I know that, but I mean, aren't you doing something from a movie or something?
Probably. Her name is Valerie. Her name was Val. Hi, I'm Valerie. I'm going to be a nurse. And I'm like, I wanted to sing Val. It's so hard to not want, like, I have a sickness, which is I constantly want to make people laugh. So it's like, here's an example. The nurse that was setting me up is like, why are you getting this today? I said, well, I've been to the emergency room a couple of times, and like I've had some issues and diabetic, and it's about time, and recreational, and like I threw recreational in the middle of it,
right?
And she didn't laugh, and I'm like, right, this is okay. I gotta.
She's all business.
Yeah, I gotta.
Let me just cut you off for a second because you definitely survived this procedure, right?
Obviously.
Well, maybe not, because I'm noticing that Cynthia Romanello commented, but then the message was retracted. That's Sallie's sister who died in May. So I'm thinking maybe you didn't survive this procedure.
Yeah.
Maybe I had a heart attack overnight and we're just in heaven doing a show or something.
Sweet release.
What the what?
Wait, no, we're not in heaven. We're here.
Well, this is our hell. We're never getting out of this room.
I'm willing to go purgatory.
Okay,
but I won't go full hell. This might be hell for you.
Well, no, not if it's just me and you. But you
Right.
never know who would walk in here.
Yeah, Jesus
and it could be hell. But
please don't come in.
And that's true. Cindy, is Cindy in hell? I don't. It's a good question because I think she would like it. So I didn't mean that as an insult when I say is Cindy in hell. I just think she would like the party down there.
Yeah, well, I always tell people if you need a job, just stop by, see me, Andrew Plujanos, Director of Personnel. My name is etched in glass. It's a corner office. You can come down and I can get you a good Lake of Fire, lifeguard at the Lake of Fire, just any number of things.
So so I just wanted to point that out. That kind of freaked me out for a second.
I'm going to say Sallie. I think you're logged
Sallie
in on
has
the
her
wrong.
phone. Yeah, Sallie has Cindy's phone, so she
Right.
must have been using her phone, typed in,
Right.
whatever, Andy is hot or whatever she writes, and realized, oh my God.
I'll have to check my messages after, like I always say.
Oh, and there she is now. Cindy's, yeah, probably. I asked about anesthesia, and then you mentioned it. Oh, okay. But you're still commenting under Cindy, so you're still freaking me out.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. So you're sitting on the chair. Are you uncomfortable?
No, I was like,
still,
I was like amazingly not amazed because I'm like, I've abused my body something awfully over the last 46 and a half years. So I was like, I wasn't.
You're like, I deserve this.
Yeah, and I was like, You know what? That kind of and listen, I've engaged in some ass play and whatnot. I've never full on had somebody penetrate me with anything more than like, an Anal Invader 5000, which really is not the largest. It's a large, but it's not the largest contraption. But no, I've had a pencil, I've had a pinky, I've had multiple markers. One time a dildo, but like only just cresting.
Oh, all right.
That and I've had my proctologist, or not proctologist, he's a GI doctor, he's just jammed his thumb up my ass when I went for my consult, which he didn't warn me about. So I was like, well, that's not terrible.
Hey, Doc, what are you doing tonight?
So I wasn't like completely like I was like, oh no, I feel great. Everything feels great. I did actually, because I've had a liver biopsy. It was later in the day. I kind of felt some inside. Like, definitely that something had been there.
The gerbil was still there?
Yeah. So Billy's idea was to have a nurse that's a gerbil, and it goes in there to do whatever prep. This is fucking hilarious.
That's a good idea.
I forget what we named her.
Jenny the gerbil.
So then Billy picks me up, and we went to the Seaport Diner in Port Jeff Station.
Andy's ass is like hard class.
Yeah, it is.
And he's still rhyming, by the way. I noticed that, Don. All right, so after the procedure, you're sitting there for a while, but you get to a point where you feel fine that you go out to eat.
Yeah, well, then
like you were completely okay to stuff pancakes in your face.
Pancakes. I got the number 8, and so did Billy. He ordered milk or chocolate milk. It was fucking hilarious because he finishes it. And we talked about chocolate milk, like different times we've ordered it and whatnot. And the guy comes by and he's like, "Can I get you anything else?" And Billy's like, "Oh, could I get another chocolate milk?" And the guy takes 2 steps away, stops himself, goes back, and is like, "I just need to tell you that I have to charge you for it." Which sodas, I know there's like it's sometimes yes, sometimes no. But
right,
chocolate milk, there's no free refill.
Yeah, I've never heard of a refill of chocolate milk.
But it was just funny that he had like stopped himself, and Billy's like, "Okay," and even I said, "Yeah, okay," and then he walked on, and I'm looking at Billy as he goes back to eating, and I'm like, "Yeah, no, because I'm paying for it, right?
Right.
Like it's totally all right. Just keep the chocolate milks coming." Then we talked about like the guy comes up to us at the end like, "Hey, so how do you? Is this the same check or okay? Everything's on one check except for the chocolate milk's going to check, and he gets that."
Right.
But we didn't do that. But then he's like, "Hey, you want to go on some errands with me?" And the most Billy Geyer thing happened, which was he goes, "You want to go to Holtzville to Jay's job with me?" And I'm like, "Holtzville? Sure. I mean, that's only like 10 minutes away from where we were."
Right.
I'm like, "All right." And then I go like, "That's weird. I thought Jay, where Jay worked was like not close to here, and I thought it was closer to Wantagh where he lives."
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah.
And Billy's like, "Yeah, he's got a little drive." And I go, "Oh, okay."
Where'd you end up?
Hold on. Because I'll go, well, he's got a reverse commute then. That's cool.
Yeah.
So we're on the expressway. And once we got onto the expressway, I'm like, all right, you don't need to get on the expressway to go to Holtzville. Look, we were on Nichols Road, and we went onto the expressway, and I'm like,
okay,
maybe we're just going to go on the service road. It's just like right off a service road or something like that.
Right.
We're going, and I'm like, all right, I'm not going to fucking say anything.
But it must have been killing you.
I'm waiting. I'm like, maybe it's Hop Hog, because H is now. I'm like, okay.
I know. I'm thinking Hicksville.
And that's exactly. And I was
that's
like,
where he works?
I go.
I didn't know that.
Right around. We were passing the Welcome Center, which is like at exit 50 or 52, something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I turned to him and I go, so obviously we're not going to Holtzville. Are we going to Hicksville? Oh, yeah, Hicksville. Oh. This is how I fucked it up. And he's like, I'm sorry. Did that affect your decision? I was, to go. And I go, no, I was in for, if you said Fort Hamilton, another
right.
H.
So you're feeling fine after this? Like no problems after?
No, I was like,
Yeah,
I felt
okay.
good. Like I
Wow,
was in a.
okay.
I was in a.
I've never done it, so that's why I have no idea.
And it's not. I
What's
wouldn't
on
say
the
that
road?
I wasn't typical, but I've heard other stories that people are not in good shape afterwards.
Right.
And then we got to Hicksville, and it's literally where Jay works is right next to the Hicksville train station.
Oh, okay.
And we hung out. It was just like a funny kind of, and it was great to see him.
You should have went to the sweet shop.
That would have no.
It's right by the train station.
I know, because I made multiple comments about the people who drive in Hicksville. Because Billy at one point made like basically an illegal left turn, and I'm like, it's okay, they all do that here.
Just throw my name out. Tell them.
Yeah,
I was actually in Hicksville yesterday, but later in the day. That's my whole
like what
story.
time?
4?
Oh yeah, that was way after. I was already home.
Yeah.
Because it was 1 o'clock. I want to say 1 o'clock is when we left.
Let me read some from there. I don't like
Yes.
ignoring him. When I had my colonoscopy, nothing says love than my wife walking in on me in the bathroom, giving myself a laxative the night before. Then he says later on, a constipated math teacher would definitely work it out with a pencil. Yeah, because everybody's freaking out over, you said the pencil.
God almighty. Fucking prudes.
Food after colonoscopy is great. I love the feeling of being stuffed in both ends. Yeah, Carol says, usually are so groggy you need another nap.
Well, I did end up getting high. And that was amazing.
Well, you saw Jay, so. Yeah, that's a given.
and then we drove, and then.
So getting high while still feeling the effects of anesthesia, so that was like it was like a double
awesome. But
whammy?
I was
Yeah.
like, and I didn't smoke as much as they did. I never try to keep up. That's
Yeah.
a mistake with
Right.
those two. Don't try to keep up. But yeah, I felt really good. And then Billy's like, all right, I guess we'll get out of here, and me and Jay had to go back to work, and we head back, and he's like, hey, do you want me to take you home or pick up my medication at Walmart in Center Reach? I'm like, well, that's on the way, actually.
Is it definitely Center Reach?
Oh yeah, no, it's well,
You never know.
I trust Billy with Central Suffolk.
Oh, okay.
Anything Central Suffolk, he knows way better than I do.
What? Cindy says, I had a friend who woke up in the middle hearing himself cry. What? What?
Wow.
I had a friend of mine, he was they had to put the scope down his throat.
Endoscopy.
Right, but I was trying to remember why, though.
Right. Okay.
Would they do that for the gallbladder?
They might. They were looking.
I forget what his issue was, but he woke up in the middle of that.
Right.
And he was trying to tell them, but obviously couldn't speak.
All of a sudden, Metallica's One starts playing.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. But that was kind of similar. They just thought he was still out, and he was just reacting while he was, So it took a few minutes for them to realize that he was still awake. I swear to God, that's true story.
Wow.
Fremdo, I woke up once in the middle of anesthesia, and it sounded like I had a bit of tinnitus or tetanus. Then I realized the doctor just lost his ring in me. Oh, my God. Andrew, don't make me regret reading your comments while Sally's not here. So, all right, so you're heading out to Center Reach.
So we go to Center Reach. We actually had a hilarious idea in the line.
Oh, did you? Are there any photos or text or
No,
voice messages for yourself?
I have voice messages, but the
because those are pretty funny. When you're high, you leave messages for yourself, and you're like,
and Becca's like, that was. Why didn't you get any pictures? Like, how could you not? You're always taking pictures. You're always And I'm like, I don't know. It just was like going with the flow. I barely was checking my phone. I barely checked on my mother. Like I was like, oh, I gotta, hold on, I gotta call my mom.
And how is she?
She's fine.
All right, good. Good.
Just didn't.
I'm sorry we couldn't tell you.
Like it was like that.
When I had,
You might want to run it back in the computer again. I'm pretty sure that those Reese's peanut butter cups are covered under my insurance.
Okay, so basically what I said was, you might want to run it back in the computer again. I'm pretty sure those Reese's peanut butter cups are covered under my insurance.
oh, we heard that. We heard it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I'm just a little.
Because Billy had stopped. He's like, I love this Walmart because they have like a freezer that has like all these. It's a Reese's freezer.
Oh.
And it's all Reese's peanut butter cup, different iterations, and in a freezer. And he's like, I love this place because it's got. So we stopped there first, and he got the peanut butter covered peanut butter. Like it's a peanut butter lovers. Have you seen these?
No.
It's just all peanut butter. It's like, all right, then just eat peanut butter.
Right. Yeah.
But
is it like the stuff in Carol Miner's box?
Probably. If it's Carol Miner's box is delicious, so probably.
Yeah.
So he grabs that, and then we're waiting on the line, and it's like every mutant because it's Walmart and Center H. Two great tastes that taste great together. Little Reese's layering there.
Right.
So we finally get up, and he's like, he was saying the whole time, he's like, they hate it when you bring other stuff to get rung up at the pharmacy. And so we had like this whole conversation about that. And that's why, like, him being like, he had just said, could I get this too, please? After they had gotten his medication.
Right.
And that's when I was like, oh my God. Like, because I think whatever it was that he was getting was completely covered. And so he was only paying for the Reese's at the pharmacy, which just was so funny to me in the moment that I was like, I don't know. Actually, could you check the computer again? Because I'm pretty sure my Reese's are covered. I peeled away and I'm like,
yeah.
And Billy's looking at me as he's paying, like,
right.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, there's another one. I don't know what this is.
Combining escape rooms and rub tugs.
I like Billy about rub and tug. Escape rooms and happy ending. Yeah.
So the conversation.
That's not a bad idea.
The conversation. Right, but the conversation started with he's like, whatever we were passing. He's like that escape room. Have you ever tried it? I'm like, I think escape rooms are the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Why?
Like, we as a society, as a culture, as a species, I'm going to be very conservative and say over the last 150,000 years,
okay,
200,000 years, Homo sapien has been developing. We started off in caves and whatnot.
Yeah.
This is why I don't camp also. And all of that time and effort and death and destruction and disease, all the D's, even the dick, got us to here where we have air conditioning, we have electricity. I think it's a big fuck you to our ancestors, to the last 200,000 years of human development, to go camping or to go into a fucking escape room, because it's like why are you there? Like, let's have fun and lock ourselves in the room, but it's a no consequence locking in the room. Like, they need to turn this over. So even if we don't get out of here in time,
yeah,
they're gonna you lose. They opened the door. What's that's not losing. That's just like you got out. That's the same thing as if you had, for me, I would just sit there. Like if I got browbeaten into, like, come on, everybody's doing it kind of thing, I would go in there and I would fucking sit down and I would wait until they had to open the door, because it's just like it's a silly idea to me. But I would go if it was
due to our ancestors. I mean, it's just like you said. It's just something fun. Not plenty of fun things are mindless.
Like what?
Like an escape room.
No.
Like camping. It's watching some bad TV shows. It's mindless fun.
Because that is a tribute to watching a television show or a movie, anything, podcasts, the whole nine yards, is a tribute to all our ancestors, because we're doing something that they could never even conceive was going to happen. Being locked in a room, being trapped somewhere, is something that has existed throughout time. So why am I going to go ahead and put myself into that position?
Yeah, but like you said, you're not really trapped. It's not like
but then that violates the premise.
But it's so what? It's just supposed to be fun. It doesn't matter, and that's the fun about it, because it doesn't matter.
It does.
And build
Oops.
And what is camping after?
What's that?
Oh, did you just record us somehow?
No, I realized that I
YouTube feed?
I went to go look at comments and everything.
Oh, Lynn said, Friender said something funny. Hang on. Escape rooms and rub tugs, definitely more than one thing will be looking for a way out. Oh, all right.
But that's what we kind of came up with on the way was that that like if you put if you combine a rub and tug and
I think that's
an
a
escape
great idea.
room, like,
yeah, then you'll love it.
Yeah, because then it's a tribute. It's like what you're doing is you're trying to get to the thing that you want, and if you don't do it in the amount of time, you don't get the happy ending.
So a game of Uno with your daughter is stupid?
No, because there's a logical reasoning, learning, developmental thing.
Well,
like
you could say that about escape rooms. You're learning how to solve problems and make sense of things and figure out all the clues and.
Yeah, but that like you're paying so much, like whatever the rate is
so
too much. Like I'll lock you in the fucking closet. Try to get out.
Okay,
like that. That's fine.
Sure.
But to go in like there's actually a building. It's kind of like my wife's like, why aren't there any drive-in movies anymore? And I'm like, because it's a waste of fucking space for a long period of time. It's space that could be used for something else that they can't because it's just a parking lot. And a parking lot's not useful unless there's something there to park for.
Right, like a movie. What do you mean?
Okay, so in January, from basically from late September, October into October, all the way until April, you can't use that property. And it's
you could use it. The trucks can park. The trucks with the plow and the sand can park there.
Well, you're right. You're trying to. This is reality. Like this is why there are no drive-in theaters, and the only drive-in theaters are like in the middle of nowhere, like that place upstate New York.
Right.
My brother is like about an hour away from it, and he's like, "Sometime you got to come up. We'll go." I'm like, "All right." Like I think I'm sick that day. But yeah, let me see because there was another one that was a short one because there's a long one that I'm not going to play, but I will.
Escape room with a glory hole, says Don.
That would work.
Come on, lady, you got it. Quick turn. Quick turn here, lady. Okay, you're good. Okay, come on. Quick turn, lady. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like and it's sort of an homage to a Dane Cook kind of bit where he's like, you give him one, like you get 3 of these and then you present the road to the go. Right. But this is like, there was this lady that we're like waiting to turn and we're like, come on. Both of us were like, come on, lady. And then I recorded that. That's even before I recorded that.
Lynn says party pooper. Friday veins were great for sex.
I am not.
Is she talking about drive-through theaters?
I'm the messenger here on drive-through theaters. This is why there's no. I'm not making this up.
But you did call them stupid a few minutes ago.
Yeah, no, it's a stupid use because you can't use the land. Like if you're land
is used too much anyway. There's something everywhere. Like, how about some nice grass?
But the person who owns it has to pay taxes a year.
Well, true.
This is much like the whiny people who want to drive their ATV. They want their kids to get paralyzed on our roads,
right?
And that for all of us to pay for their kid to it's not a good idea. Like it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I loved when I was a kid going to drive-in.
Me too.
But it's not, especially us here on this island. People, somebody owns that land. They need to make money off of it. They're paying taxes, and tax. It's not like taxes go down.
Oh, so Lynn is saying drive-ins were great for sex. Oh, nice. Lynn, tell us more.
Slowly.
Yeah. From their rub and tug and trucking plow escape rooms, try to find the way out. What? Yeah, you lost me there.
Yeah.
So I like that idea though. Rub and tug escape rooms.
That's.
I mean, nobody would be trying to escape.
Like we have a bunch of ideas, and we want to talk. We're gonna talk to Don, and I've already talked to Don. Like after all of the craziness is, and if the craziness does not continue, that there's a bunch of things that we want to do that we need somebody who's got a mind for
rub and tugs
video. Rub and tug, sure. I'm sure Don's been.
Well, speaking of Don, we have.
You see how I segue? I watched
like
you pull those.
Yep.
I watched you pull those.
Nice. See, we're good.
Eh?
Are you excited? You're
I am. Yeah, we're
a week
we actually,
from Monday, right?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's in my phone.
The 8th, June 18th, July 18th.
We had our rehearsal. He and I over Zoom. So we.
That's right. He told me. Yeah,
we had a lot of good shit in
Right.
that. So
yeah, July 18th we'll be filming again for Don's movie. He sent me a clip yesterday. That he's already begun editing the footage he has, and he sent me what will be the theme song, and it's cool stuff. I'm getting excited. This
I'm so proud of him and like in awe
Yeah.
of Don. This has been one of my favorite. You guys too. I shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Of how lucky I've been to have met you guys.
Oh.
Because it's really.
Thanks, pal. You too.
You guys have been real friends.
Yeah.
I'd say in a hobby or industry that is not necessarily conducive to.
That's sometimes what I need to remind myself, because Sallie and I, we're not making, like maybe $100 a month we get in here. We're not really we're always trying to fix that,
right?
And it's aggravating, but then I think about the other side of it. Having access to this club, meeting some really cool people, making some close friends. Don and I, who 25 years ago we would fantasize about being, well, really,
right? Yeah, no,
about
Fantasies.
being on some kind of cool level of entertainment. So those things are priceless.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's great to be here and make a lot of these friends. Or even I mentioned it to Chris Monte yesterday. I saw him back in, I think it was like 2009 or something, actually with Don and his brother and a few other guys. And I mean, I was blown away. It was actually him, Pontillo, Mick Thomas, I forget who else, and it was at the brokerage. And I remember and we talked to them after, and I just remember, I had no idea at the time what level they were as far as like name,
where everybody,
following, yeah.
Right.
And but thinking these guys must be some kind
Killers,
of high because they were killers,
Yeah.
and we took pictures with them, and we've had it for years, and then all these years later to be friends with all these guys, it's very surreal, and Joey Cola too, to be
right.
Yeah, so it's really cool. So that's what makes all this worth it.
Well, I was very and I still appreciate you guys asking me to do last summer the murder mystery, and like I said, it's not something that I felt like I could give the attention it deserved, because they are phenomenal. Like, honestly, if you can see a Knockem Dead show, it's something special. Like,
thanks.
I think it's outside of. It's almost like murder mystery is too much of a. Like too much of a chain around the neck, because it really is just like a party entertain. Like it facilitating. Everybody is just so good at what they do, and I'm so happy that Bozy clicks on it.
He really does.
Because part of what we were talking about yesterday, me and Billy, was like how great Bozy is and how he can't translate that to stage. Just kidding. I'm not, but I am. But I'm not, but I am. Now you don't know. Yeah, but he's a fucking hilarious dude, and so it's good to see something that he could like, because stand up is so brutal.
Right.
It's cool that he because you guys are so supportive and team. It's like it's a family. It really, and I know you've
absolutely.
said it before.
Yes.
It absolutely. I can attest that it absolutely is a family.
We were doing a show a few weeks ago, and I may have mentioned it on here. Linda Bartolomeo, who I've been working with since the 90s.
She's amazing.
Fantastic. And she's, in my opinion, the face of Knockem Dead comedy. And we did a show a few weeks ago. Her husband had some health issues. He was in the hospital for several weeks, and there were some ups and downs, but now he's actually thriving now. He's doing really well. And he's been home for several weeks. He's doing very well. But at the time, and he was doing well, and he had just come out of the hospital a few days prior before this show. So I even said to Linda, look, I'm going to replace you for the show. Stay home with your husband. His name is also Tony. So stay home with Tony. No. I had a crazy month, and he's doing better than expected. She goes, I need to get out. Okay, great.
Right.
And I knew it. I know her very well. I've been working with her for years. The second we entered, she immediately screwed up. And I knew in my head, it's like, oh, it's going to be one of those nights. It's going to be one of those nights. And she was screwing up left and right. And I'm not bad-mouthing her. I'm just stating this as a fact because she admits it. She knows it.
And everybody who performs, that happens.
And it happens. Plus, there's a happy ending to this. So
an escape room?
So now, 3 of our cast members... One of the cast members that was in the show, she just joined us previous to COVID, so she was only in 1 or 2 shows prior to COVID, so she's still fairly new. Another guy just joined us about a year or 2 ago. Well, 2 years ago was COVID, but yeah, it was right after COVID, so almost 2 years. And Jeff. Now, the other 3 cast members were me, Eric, and Linda. So I didn't expect these new guys to fix it or get us back on track. Eric tries. He screws up. So I'm trying to save it, but now because Eric screwed up, they're taking his messed up cues, and we jumped like 5 pages. We then go back 3. We then jump 2. We go back 4. Like we were all over the place. So, and I should have held my ground and said, no, Linda, we're replacing you for the night. But I don't remember why I brought this up. What the hell were we talking
Tony's
about?
Been getting
I
high.
totally lost my train of thought. What the hell were we talking about?
How great you guys are. No, true. And
I don't remember
the relation. Maybe the relationships that we've had that we develop in.
So I got it. Thank you.
Fucking good.
Yeah, you are good. So we were about a quarter into the show, and I made a reference. I broke the fourth wall, and I made a reference to how we're screwing up. And the audience picked up on it. The cast starts laughing. The audience starts cracking up. Eric helped, and we found the right spot of where we needed to be, and the rest of the cast caught up, and we had a great show after that. Nice. We fixed it, and the audience loved it. They really loved it. We ended up having a super show. Nice. But towards the end, that's why I'm bringing this up because of Bosie. Towards the end, I said something about again about messing up the lines, and I yelled out, "I'm so confused." And Bosie, in this particular show, he wears a dress. He plays my daughter. And he goes, "You're confused." And the place... You're
confused.
Exactly. I mean, and he brought the house down with just that one quick ad lib. Nice. And I do feel he found his niche here. Niche.
This is a subculture. There is a social aspect to all of this. I always just consider myself incredibly lucky in the part of the tribe that I have landed in. Both in like the Suffolk guys and like the Gov's podcast radio guys, like / radio guys.
We don't.
I don't know. But like all of that, like how lucky, and then Don, like it was on a whim. That was purely on a whim. I had come in a couple of times, like maybe once or twice with you guys. Mm-hmm. And then I'd had my heart attack. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not doing... I talked to Butera and been like, I'm not doing a lot of shows. Like, it's going to be like only a couple times a month. And but I'm like, I really want to do something. And then I kept seeing this thing like Don and Benny being like, oh, comics. So I send them a message. And they're like, I got in on the next to last, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Of the first season,
right?
First rounds, and like that. I love bringing it up to Don. Is that because the way it was set up at that time,
right,
over there, and me and the really high dude that I was up against, we were sitting on stools,
right? Yeah.
And Don's like right next to me, and it was like just like kind of weird. Like this is my anxiety again. Of like I've just met this guy and everything, and I'm like,
but he's right next to my penis,
right? And
he could blow me.
And Sallie's like, oh, the 5. We have 5, and I go, hey, Don, who do you think's going to play you in the movie version when they do this scene? And he just looked at me like I was fucking insane and then started laughing his ass off. And I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah.
These are my people.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Don
cool.
laughs at everything. He's the best audience.
Yes, no, he really is. And he's helped me with my regular act.
Yes, he has.
Tremendously. Like just through conversations that we had. And I love calling him and bouncing ideas off of him because he is he's just like the best.
Yeah, he really is.
He really, like I there are those people in your life that they're just like great.
Yep.
And whatever they have outside with other relationships or whatever, I don't care. Because to me they're awesome and so giving and so creative and intelligent.
I was just talking to Elio yesterday on the phone. We were catching up, and I was telling him about the movie.
Right. Oh, okay.
So just sit there. I'll talk about Elio for so he said, who's this? Who's the guy that's, did you have to audition?
Right.
So I told him the whole thing, and it was just cool to tell it because it just brings you back.
Yeah, it organizes your thoughts and be like, oh my God, it has been like a really cool ride.
Well, and that's the thing. So I was telling him how, because Don was, I didn't even realize until Don came back, he was gone for 16 years, which I can't believe it was that long. It didn't feel that long, but we did, we would see each other's stuff on Facebook, maybe hit an occasional comment, but we weren't maybe actually have some kind of correspondence maybe once every 2 years. It was really next to nothing. And then I was telling Elio I was doing the White Post thing, and I look and I see in my peripheral somebody coming towards me. I looked right, and there's Don. I was like, holy shit.
Don was just telling me this story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's funny to hear it from
and it was such a, I was so excited to see him because, we met because he's cousins with my ex-wife. So, so I hadn't seen him since we got divorced. I had no idea how he'd be. So to see him and be so excited, and then, of course, him saying, well, I'm back, and I want to get involved at Govs, I was like, holy shit. And now we're closer than we've ever been, actually. It's cool. There's no... And I did that. The first time we got together to look into this and see each other outside of White Post, I even said to him, I said, look, let's get the 300-pound gorilla out of the way here. Are we cool? Me and your cousin get along. We're fine. There's no...
But I don't want to make it bad for you.
Right. I don't know. I'm. Because her parents hate me, and I don't know how this one feels and that one feels. Is this okay? And we talked about certain things, and we got it all out of the way. And and again, I get along great with my ex, and I do see some of her family here and there at various things, and I seem to get along for the most part with most of them. So
life is life. Like I come from a family of divorce where it happened when I was like 4.
Yeah,
and so these people, they don't matter. Like if whatever happened back then, shut the fuck up. I'm closer to death.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no need to. To have this sort of thing. And my mom was always very good about that with like when both my brother and I got married to other people, not each other. This isn't Ridge.
The South.
Well, yeah, Ridge.
Yeah, right.
Or Mastic. But
that's where Linda lives, actually. Mastic.
Oh, nice. That's why she's so hardcore. She can handle anything because she's out Mastic. But
so anyway, so we've been filming Don's movie. We've been talking about it a lot, but we're very excited about it. We hope to, once it's all done, we hope to find maybe some investors and make it more than just a short film. We actually make a series out of it. So we've done some filming. You finally come in on July 18th to do some filming. Then we're filming again July 25th, and then we have to figure out another date. And I think it's the 20th. They're filming in your office with Joey Cola, which is really cool.
Joey Cola's ass is going to be in my seat.
In your seat. Yeah. Wow, you got to smell that seat for hours.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm going to put it under plastic like an old Italian lady. Put it in the sitting room.
So I'm just going to show you some stills from the movie. Yeah, Carrie was and Joey's going to be the same way. Don's letting them ad-lib their way through their scene, giving them the premise. They have the script and all, but they're going to work off that and ad-lib. Holy shit, Carrie, because Carrie's character is mad at Don's character, so she goes off on him. Holy
I saw the
shit.
thing. And you look like an old time comedy club owner.
Yeah, that's the idea. And there's Shari. She's in it too. She plays a waitress. Austin Brooks, who has no acting experience, nothing. Not
And you
in
can
school,
tell.
nothing.
Again, he do very well.
Did really
from
well.
what I saw. Yeah.
Eric Haft, I admit, better than I expected him to be. He totally nailed it, and he's just a fun guy to be around anyway. Love Eric, very talented guy.
He's just such a great like worldview ethos thing.
Yeah, absolutely right. Great musician. Yeah, Shari has some funny bits. I have a lot of my scenes are with her, so it's fun.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Austin again. Austin has that, the way he talks and the facial expressions. There's like you almost think it's a character,
right?
Like Bobcat Goldthwait played a character playing these characters, but.
Well, that's what, like, anytime I see him, it's always hilarious to me because when it's not like on air or on stage kind of thing, and he's like, "Yo, Andy, what's happening, man?"
I can't tell you how many times he's been in here, and then the next day I'll hear from him. I hope that was okay. Was I funny? Was it okay? It's you were great, Austin. Everything's cool.
I have true affection for him.
Yeah. There's a cool shot of Don. I love that shot.
Of Haft, yeah.
There's Haft. Yeah, no, I was talking.
Oh, yeah, that,
this
yes.
One. Yeah, this one I love of Don.
I actually had to watch a little bit of the video that he had put because he's like, I want you to watch it. Just the one bit of me freaking out.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay.
It's really great.
Because he's like, that's what's going to happen.
This is one of the crew members. Her name is Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay.
That's the only picture I have of crew, so I just figured I'd include it. But the crew is doing a fantastic job. They all just graduated college, and they're all trying to, find their way in the film industry. They all have, the equipment. It wasn't. I think you'll be very impressed. This isn't guys holding a camcorder or iPhones or anything like that.
It's no Legend of Spooky Woods.
Exactly. It's not. The name of the film is Comic Sans, and it's not with a Z at the end.
Right. Sans is actually the proper pronunciation.
Comic Sans.
Sans.
Yeah, the crew, they have real equipment, and they work very well together. They know what they're doing. It's been very impressive, and it's been really cool. So, and there's a cool shot of Don. So, yeah, really excited about this. It's going really well. He cast it perfectly with you and Jeff and Shari and Joey Petroni and Austin and Carrie. We actually wrote a scene for Carrie once we found out she
was interested. Yeah.
Then Don and I collaborated on the scene with her. Even Joey's role, was not his role originally. It was for somebody else. But yeah, once we heard Joey's doing it, then again Don was like, "Joey, do whatever you want with this thing."
Right.
And then even you, right? You kind of, I don't want to say co-wrote, but you made some.
No,
you added to your scene.
Well, there's some conceptual stuff that, like, to kind of just smooth a little bit, and literally it's like maybe 3 lines.
Oh, okay.
I altered. Anyway, and like I had said to him, there's no ego, and he said, one of them, he's like, I'm not comfortable, and I was like, dude, I only did that because of like the way my brain works. This is yours.
Right.
And this is just help because, there's no ego on my part.
I did the same thing. I felt funny writing Carrie's part, because we were getting ready for filming and we didn't have a lot of time. So I was like, let me take a stab at that. So I just did it, and then I sent it to him. I said, look, use what you want. Don't use what you want. Whatever you want. This is your baby, man. I will not complain. This, I get it. Writing the murder mysteries, I get suggestions all the time, and I have to yay or nay. And, this was his baby, so I was like, yeah, whatever you want to do, man. And he did. He made a lot of changes to it. So the point, he didn't use anything of mine. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it was nice to have our rehearsal because we were able to add some of the physical stuff that's going to happen.
Which is cool with him. He's giving us that freedom to actually do that.
Yes, but it was like I also... this is his, and I want to treat it with the respect and, like, give what he wants,
right?
Which I know, like he's being, oh no, but I'd rather have multiple discussions and know that going in that I'm comfortable doing, that I'm doing something that's gonna that pushes the story forward,
Right.
rather than just
Right.
like, oh, look at me,
Right.
look at me. That I don't care about. I think this is awesome, and he's again such a great influence on me. I can't even begin, because it's every piece of what I do now has Don's fingerprints on it in some way or another. You know, it could be like a sort of a second degree kind of thing, but it's like I marvel at what
good word
he's. Well, I should have taken the SATs, I think.
Fremder says he gets along with his ex. I remember she had an awesome set of double Ds, and I remember hanging out at her house a lot because she lived right off the Sag.
I don't get it.
Cast and crew have been top notch, says Don. Very nice. So yeah, so Monday the 18th, Sally and I will still be in here, even though you guys will be filming around the building. So we'll have to. I don't know if we'll have to whisper again like we did last time, because that day the filming was going on right outside this hallway.
Oh, was it?
Where next time I believe it's going to be in the giggle room or out by the bar. So I think we'll be all right. But now, Tom Daddario, the comedian Tom Daddario.
Yes, yeah.
He's now filming a movie, and he's going to be using the club on August 15th. So, Don, that reminds me. You know what? Don called me last night, but I wasn't holding my phone at the time. I didn't have it on me, and it was late by the time I realized Don called me. Don, I'll call you back later. My little personal message. But Tom Daddario is going to be in here August 15th, so I don't know. I think we're going to have to be whispering again on Monday, August 15th. Me and Sallie are in here. And then I talked to Roach yesterday, Chris Roach. He's filming something with Gary Valentine. All three of these projects have to do with comedians. I'm like, what the hell's going on around here?
Yeah, well, it's funny.
I think they heard Don was filming, so they were trying to jump in on it.
Have you met Rob White?
I have not. I would like to. He seems like a crazy dude.
He's awesome. He's part of our Suffolk kind of like black box craziness that's been going on, and he was doing comedy a long time ago, was being very successful with it, took some time off because he ran for fire commissioner out by us in this, I believe, Selden, and so didn't want to get in trouble for things that he said and whatever, so he kind of put the comedy on the back burner. But Rob White, and I don't remember now when look at us, both of us today. Hey, I have the excuse if I had something in my ass.
I was talking about making movies.
So he and I have had this.
I'm good.
Look at you. You got to point at yourself too.
Oh,
this guy, Tony Walker. But he was asking us like what was going on like in the early time of the pandemic. So that's what you probably saw a few days ago or a couple of weeks ago. I started posting like old Shut Up Stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And I reposted the Legend of Spooky Woods.
Yes, I did
which
see
is
that.
Billy and my horror movie that we filmed. I was like giggling when I say horror movie. It's a stoner movie.
It was funny.
It was fun, and we keep every time we get together, we're like, we gotta do something again.
Yeah.
It's literally like that. But
pass the chips.
Yeah. Let's go get something to eat. But he's like, what did you do? What were you guys all doing? So I started showing him that. And I'm like, it kind of has petered. It had kind of petered out. But I think, and here's where the open mic level or the low, like the non-headlining level influenced the higher ups and everything, is we were going out and doing all these guerrilla and doing things like when I showed him the Freedom Block.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I said, he's like, how did you guys do this during COVID? Because you guys are in the same car. And I'm like, we're not in the same car.
Right.
I'm like, I filmed my half in my truck. I set up the tripod and I filmed it, and I kind of edited down the before and after of me going, fuck, right. Where's everything? And then Tim did his part of being in the back seat of the car.
Right.
And it does look like, I said, we had to do things like this to.
There's the only way to do it.
Right. And so I think that this is almost like a reaction to that. It's like, yeah, I've had this idea for a while.
Yes.
These guys are going out and putting stuff out. If they watch it or they don't watch it, just the fact that we were putting out all of these videos.
Right.
That were structured content. It wasn't like we like TikTok or any of this stupid shit.
Right.
Like this was actually like scripted content.
That's one of the positives I think came out of the pandemic was people got creative. They were home. They had nothing else to do. They were getting creative, figuring out tricky ways to edit.
Right.
And then on top of that, you have people that not only getting creative but realizing, shit,
why don't I do that? Like I have this idea.
Life is short.
Right.
This should not be a bucket list. I need to make certain things from a bucket list a reality.
And of course, there is sort of a stagnation still going on in comedy in terms of shows. Yes, there are more shows than there had been, but we're still nowhere near what it was before the pandemic.
Right.
So I think a lot of people are like finding themselves with time and going, what do I need? I need to do something to stretch my legs to make people notice me and whatnot. And that's why I think those the other upper echelon are sort of being like, oh yeah, you know what? These guys are fucking doing it. Why not? I'll do something, but I'll do it like with professionals and shit.
Yeah, right. Well, and that too with Don. I mean, this again, it's a top-notch crew, but they're not. They're just becoming professionals, but it looks professional because they know what they're doing, and that too is a kind of a trick. And my what? Lynn says my ex is my youngest godfather. What? First of all, how many godfathers do you have?
I mean, it's kind of kinky that your godfather is your fucking nephew.
Right.
I mean, it's hot. I'd like to hear more slowly.
Well, Fremder wants to hear more about the black box craziness.
Fremder, you're more than invited to come down.
You should. Yeah, you should. I think Andy would enjoy that.
And no, because I think there's some comedians that I don't know if you've been able to see. Guys like Russ Silverberg or Silverman. I can't remember. But he's very funny. He's like, and it's super alternative comedy. He does he's a guitar act. He's like a no shit guitarist.
Oh wow!
And he just does the way Billy always describes him, like at the mic, he'll go, "Ladies and gentlemen, Russ Silverberg. His brain is where all our nightmares live."
Oh, that's funny.
And
that's a great line.
It's difficult to sit through. But it's intentionally so, and really he gets some real nuggets. It's a lot of crowd work. He does a lot of crowd work, and the more he's doing it, the better he's getting. And I can't wait I'm really hoping that he is able to stick with this and is able to get booked at bigger places because it's not palatable. We were just talking about this with the whole Steve Martin thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can empathize because I don't think I think maybe I don't get booked because I don't fit in to like a regular show. Like it's just odd. Like it's just flavor wise, it doesn't happen, and that's what I think Russ definitely fits into it. But he's a hilarious guy, and Alex Bradley, Billy Geyer, Joe Winchell, Rob White, like it's this crazy group of dudes. Chris Silva, who is Joe Winchell, his podcast. That's his engineer.
Oh, okay.
And editor and everything. Like Chris Silva's a hilarious dude. It's just this really cool Monday night in a pool hall kind of fucking thing. So Fremder, come down because I think you would enjoy this because I think Fremder definitely lives in our neck of the woods.
Yes, he does.
So
things that don't go on the bucket list will end up on the fuck it list. There you go. Says Fremder. All right. Never mind. You know what?
Fucking stay home. Lose my fucking number. No, I couldn't.
All right. So now I wanted to. I know how much you enjoy baseball.
I do actually.
No, I'm joking. But there's something I want to show. But
as long as it's not the Mets.
It's
you
not,
didn't
actually.
read? Did you see my comment the other day
about the Mets?
When Dan and Joe were here, and they were saying that like you have your Mets.
Oh yeah,
leg, and it was like get a Mets dildo, and I'm like, what I wrote was, why would you get a Mets dildo when the team exists? And I was so disappointed that didn't get read.
My apologies, I did not see it.
Yeah.
I definitely would have read that if I saw it. Damn it. Andrew plus Andrew, what could possibly go wrong? He says. So no, this is not a Mets video. First off, it's a video last night. It's the San Francisco Giants versus the San Diego Padres. This play involves two San Diego Padres players. It's a nasty collision. So that's not. I'm going to show you the collision, but that's not why I'm showing it. I'll explain. So I'll play you this first. I'll probably get hit with copyright shit, but so what? So I'll
what we'll do is we'll sing a song in the background.
Well, this video. So I have two different videos. This video is from the actual broadcast. You're going to hear the announcers and stuff.
Right.
That's probably what's going to hit me with copyright. Now, the other video I'm going to show doesn't have sound.
Right.
But so this one, we're just going to get hit with copyright. But so let me show you this.
So to shallow left.
Yeah, I can.
Run. Look out!
So this guy
Abrams makes the catch, but cleats go into Profar. Abrams held on to the baseball, but Profar never stopped coming in, and the two collide.
That was one heck of a collision.
Now,
Good to see CJ
I'll talk more.
It's a bench clearing accident.
At his jaw.
So here.
I've had that happen to me, and I've done it to other people. Yep.
Throat area.
On purpose.
Chin area that he broke his chain. He was trying to get out of the way.
So
fucking this center fielder better be feeling really bad because that's his job is to call off.
Well, no, actually, it was the shortstop that hit the left fielder.
Yeah, but it's the center fielder's job to call them off.
You're right. Yeah.
Because they can't. They're trying to make a play. The center fielder has to go. Get out! Like bail, whatever word they have to signify that they need to pull up. And he should have been telling the shortstop to not, because the left fielder's running in.
Right.
You don't have the guy running out shouldn't be running out. It's the left fielder's play.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Whether he can make it or not.
He heads off.
Yes, agreed. So, all right. So you saw. So this video, as you just can see now in the replay, and this is the video that you'll find on YouTube in most places. He's down, they put him in the stretcher, and off they go, okay?
Right.
This is not the whole thing. And this is why I'm bringing this up. So the
little truck get in an accident? Is that what happens?
No, the trainers totally messed this up. The trainers totally messed this up. Now here's a video that's going to play with no sound, so we can talk over this.
That's sweet. So we haven't been.
Well, true, but I don't know. But the last video had sound with it, so I don't know how much we were heard. So, all right, so here's the play, and there's the knee, smack, right in the poor guy's face.
God damn.
Yeah, it's a nasty hit. The shortstop, even he had a nasty fall there, but he ends up okay, all right? So now, this is the center fielder that we're seeing. That's the trainer's butt.
Nice butt trainer.
Now look at them. All right, watch the trainers. They're just kind of hanging out, right? They're just kind of sitting there talking to him. Are you okay? It's almost like they're asking what happened. Like, come on, already, do something. So here they go. So now they get him up. Everybody's applauding. The guy starts walking off, but he's already slowing up.
Yep.
The trainers are still just kind of standing. They're just walking with him. And now look, the guy stops, and even the trainer's like, "Dave, what's the matter?"
Yeah, they got to be. Everybody's got to be saying, "Stay down."
Right. So look, and he goes down on his own. So now they're like, "What's going on? Why are you sitting here like this? We're supposed to be walking off."
Yeah, this is some white guy shit right
here. This is, and it gets worse. It gets worse. So they're still just sitting there with this guy.
Yeah.
Still not calling for the stretcher. He's down to a knee now. And now look, they're talking to him. Okay, what's the matter? What do you think? And he's like, my face, my head. Like, oh, something happened. Now watch the guy behind him, the trainer behind him. He starts like snapping his fingers in the player's ear.
Yeah.
Even the players, they're just
that's
like,
audio. That's a reaction thing. He wants to make like to see if he's having a stroke or something like that.
yeah. See, there you go. Snapping.
Yeah, do you hear that?
And he's shaking
Because
his head.
he's probably saying, "I have a ringing in my ear,
Right.
and it's making me dizzy." So the guy's like,
So, here we go. So now they're walking. The
Again.
trainer loses him. This trainer lets go of him. They're walking like they're going out to dinner.
Fucking idiots.
What?
Yeah.
Right now. So watch.
"Yeah, dude,
And that trainer's like, "Oh, what's the matter? What happened? You fucking morons!"
this is exactly what you don't do with a head injury."
Right. Now this guy finally, the one standing up, finally calls for a stretcher. Like as soon as he went down, you should have been calling for the stretcher already.
So if I'm the ownership of the San Diego Padres, I am super pissed off
Right.
at my trainers.
Yep. And of course, that's all they're talking about today, is how these trainers were just complete idiots.
Well, they obviously didn't have like everything I've ever been involved in, like athletic or it requires any kind of like major physical activity is
Like a colonoscopy.
like a colonoscopy or just regular anal. Is to, if there's a problem, head particularly, nope, game over.
No discussion.
I don't
Right.
give a shit what you feel like.
That's right.
You're staying here. My job is to tell you to stay here until we get, because I don't know if one of those guys is a doctor or not, but until we get the stretcher out here and we get you off, because head is not where to screw up. And if I'm the San Diego ownership, I'm looking at this from a purely money. Like
Right.
that's my
Right.
it's terrible. It's human beings and everything, but that's my money. Don't be fucking around with my money like
Right.
that.
Oh, sure.
The game's already stopped. He's coming out of the game no matter what.
Any head injury should just be automatic. You're out.
Exactly, and that's why I think football and hockey, probably because they have regular collisions, they're able to be able to carry that off, and all the players know that I'm not even going to try to get up.
Right.
If the I've had a head injury and the trainer's telling me to stay down, I'm going to stay down. I'm not even going to try to be that like tough guy,
right,
kind of fucking thing, which used to happen.
Oh yeah.
But because of CTE and all that other shit, like the two most physical contact sports got it right. And to be honest, soccer does it right also, even though those motherfuckers like they got shot.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever. But yeah, stay down.
Yep.
Until the trainer comes out and assesses you.
These three trainers, they were clueless. Twice they're letting him walk, and they just let go of him. Like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I couldn't believe it.
See,
I was watching
that's just fanboy shit.
Right.
That's like that's why I say that's some serious white guy shit,
Yeah,
because
that's
it's like, hey, I can't believe I'm out here.
Right.
I got my official San Diego Padres.
Look at all the people.
Yeah, I can't believe this guy, this millionaire,
Right.
that just got fucked up in the head.
He's not talking to me.
Right, and he's doing what I told him to do. But if he wants to walk, I'm gonna let him walk.
Right.
Like, they can't. I bet you get one of those guys, even they got home and the wife, husband, whatever they got home to, and they were probably like, yeah, we fucked up.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like that was wrong.
They got home and the wife was just sitting there.
Yeah. So
And
you
then
think you're gonna have a job tomorrow?
The first thing the guys, did you see me on TV?
Yeah.
I could, and then like I said, most MLB related sites, they're showing the first version I showed where all that stuff is cut out.
Right.
It's like, no, this is the internet, pal. You're never going to escape that.
Right.
But I thought it was funny how they were trying to, cover it up. Hey, Jeff Posey. Oh, I said Posey. Hi, Jeff Posey.
I think that's a better name.
Head injuries are common in porn, says Fremder. And I get into accidents like that in the grocery store, he says.
Yeah, them old ladies, they fucking bail.
That's right.
Whack you right in the head with their knees.
I forgot to mention yesterday, my apologies, yesterday was Mark White's birthday. And it was also Derek, Mr. Poppintwist's birthday yesterday. It was both of their birthdays yesterday. Mark White turned 60.
Good.
Old black bastard.
Wow.
I can say that because I can say that to his face.
Yeah, hashtag canceled.
Yeah, right. I actually texted him yesterday. What did I say? Happy happy birthday, you grouchy Republican. And then he said, thanks, you piece of shit liberal or something. Yeah, it was back and forth.
Oh, nice. Sounds lovely.
It was also his wedding anniversary.
You sure that wasn't like on a card, like Hallmark or something?
Oh, I'm sure it is. Bosie says, sorry I'm late, and I missed the colonoscopy segment.
I wouldn't say you missed it.
It's nothing you haven't seen already.
Yeah.
On Andy.
You're into this shit. So.
Right. Yeah, and it's also Mark White's anniversary yesterday to that hot redhead wife of his.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 2 years. Very nice.
Well, not that he's watching, but you know I have a problem with that band.
Oh, that's right. Yes, and you've told that story.
I did. I think I did
but
eventually.
I bet you he would love to hear that. Yeah, he's.
Now he would. Yes.
Yeah, he's been trashing those guys every opportunity he gets. So yeah, you should tell him that story. We're due to get. We're overdue to get him on here, but he'd have to, put his face on the Zoom this time instead of that puppet.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I missed that. I
Yeah.
still somehow haven't gotten to that.
It was gonna be a shitty conversation anyway. Roll on snare drum. He smells snare drum like
no,
Adam Snare.
I know. That's Jeff being funny. And
Jeff, and we
succeeding.
Not only did we talk about the colonoscopy, but we spent a lot of time talking about you.
And about how horrible you are.
But that's right. So you have to go back and watch. All right. So you are playing somewhere this weekend?
Tonight. I'm at Clyde's. The typical place for us out east guys.
Nice.
It used to be Barton's. Headlining is Paul Bond, featuring is Claudia Bonavita.
Nice.
Alex Bradley's good. Speaking of the crew, Alex Bradley's on it. Billy's on it. I'm on it.
Nice.
But what I can't remember is that's right, because Joe Winchell is
He's
at
here.
the Giggle Room. So if you're in Nassau, go see Terry and Winchell. And all that, because
and all that,
yeah, whoever those people are. I actually, I sent him a message. It was like, hey, man, why haven't you? Nah, I didn't ask. I was like, hey, whenever you get a shot. Oh, Mike Fails. Mike Fails is another part of our crew, and Mike Fails will be there. This is a solid lineup for the Suffolk guys. We're just missing a couple on this.
Nice. All right, that's tonight. You said at Clyde's?
Tonight, yeah, and tomorrow night, I know Billy's got something. I think at Katie's, and I might be there.
Cool.
So I may end up getting thrown up.
No Green Room show tomorrow. Sallie and I will be with Knockem Dead Comedy down in Bornegat, New Jersey, performing a murder mystery.
What's the place called?
The town is called Bornegat. Well, I think it's pronounced Bernegat. Actually, yeah, Bernegat. Bernegat.
Yeah, Bernegat. Yeah.
Bernegat, New Jersey. But you can see us here at Governor's in the Little Room October 28th. And July 22nd will be at Peppercorns in Hicksville.
Nice.
So go to knockemdeadcomedy.com to find out who we are, what we do, and get some information on us, and find out how you can hire us for your fundraiser, your private party, your corporate event, whatever you're doing. knockemdeadcomedy.com. Again, go to govs.com to see the full schedule of everybody who's playing. Adam Ferrara this weekend, Chris Monty, Terry McNeely, Rich Voss, TJ Miller is next week. We're doing a Green Room show next week because we want to see if TJ Miller remembers us.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah. I doubt it, but we're going to be here anyway, and we're not going to tell him. But we'll try to get him in here and see how it goes.
Right.
He probably won't come in, but we'll see what happens. So I hope he does remember us and he yells at us again. That would be fucking awesome.
Please.
So
if you're listening, TJ.
Yeah, right. TJ Miller, if you're out there watching. So that's next week. And of course, I forgot. I left out the earlier announcement. Go to Gov's Radio. Go to Gov's Comedy Club Podcast on Facebook and get in touch with us if you'd like to do your own podcast, whether it's on our station or on your own. We can make it happen right in this room with all these cameras and lights and microphones and monitors and phones and graphics and Zoom.
Showing 3 dimensions.
That's right. There you go. So that's it. So there's nothing on Govs the rest of the weekend. So we'll be back Monday. Sallie and I will be here Monday. Lou Pratz will be here on Monday with us with Tiag His name is Tim. His nickname is Tiag. He was on the show a long time ago. I think just within the first few months of us starting. He's a retired guard who worked in a jail, and he loves telling some crazy stories of working in a jail. So now Lou Pratz is a courthouse officer.
Clerk or officer, yeah.
Officer. But it turns out, now this guy, Tim, he moved to Florida. He's been in Florida, and that's where he was working as a guard. But he's originally from here. It turns out him and Lou knew each other when they were kids. And they have not seen each other since 1978.
So is the guy going to be here? Or
They're both going to be here. And this is the first time they'll be seeing each other since 1978, and they both were in similar lines of work.
Definitely check the cameras that are under here, because
I'd rather not. Yeah. Oh, they'll be skiing.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Amputee skiing.
Exactly. Don says, we're awesome. You're awesome. Bosie's awesome. Lynn Riley, my ex-husband is my youngest son's from second husband's godfather.
That's too much.
What? Yeah, that's overload right there. So Sally and I will be back Monday with Lou and Tiag. We're working on some other guests as time goes on. We're going to reschedule the Johnny Mac Band. And, of course, on the 22nd, don't forget we got the harmonica off. We have a harmonica.
I can't wait. I'll bring all of mine.
It sounds, and I was saying that with Joe and Dan the other day, it sounds stupid, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun once it's here.
The harmonica falls in the axis of musical instruments in the annoying quadrant.
Right.
With bagpipes and the whatnot.
But when you get really talented guys who can play like good, it's not.
It's true with all of those, like the trombone, any of that. If you get a really talented person doing it, it is amazing.
And the 22nd is a Friday, so you'll be here for that. Nice. Cool. Yeah, that'll be fun.
And I have a show that night.
Nice. So do I. All right.
We have shows.
Everybody enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you later. Have a great weekend. See ya.
Bye.